Before you start, write your name and class code on the back of your paper. For my drawing, I chose a white pumpkin to draw from Observation. I noticed while this pumpkin is white, it also has a lot of warm yellow on the top and bottom. To begin your drawing, first lightly sketch out with pencil the general shape of your pumpkin to create a plan for your artwork. I am lightly sketching an oval shape and a horizon line here so it looks like my pumpkin is sitting on a surface and not floating in the air. Remember, we want this to look realistic. To begin drawing your pumpkin, look at the different sections on the actual pumpkin. I like to start with the middle and draw a long, thin oval shape. Then I draw curves on the side of the oval to create the rest of the pumpkin shape. So I'm beginning here with a long oval shape in the middle of the sketch that I did. Notice how I'm drawing very lightly with pencil so that I can erase anything that I don't like. Now I'm going to draw the next section of my pumpkin using a line that curves slightly to the left. Next, I'm going to draw a line on the right side of my original oval that curves to the right. Now I can add more sections to each side by drawing more curved lines. Remember, when you draw your curved lines, the line should start at the top of the oval shape and end at the bottom of the oval shape. So these curves were not long enough because they were getting smaller. See how these lines start at the very top of the oval and come all the way down. This will help your pumpkin shape look more realistic. I'm going to add a few more sections to each side of my pumpkin. Next, I'm going to draw the stem shape. Observe the stem shape of your pumpkin and try to draw it as realistically as you can. I noticed that this pumpkin's stem angles up to one side. Now I'm going to add the sections of the pumpkin that are behind the stem. I'm going to draw my lines for these sections, starting at the stem shape and curving to the side of the pumpkin. These sections will be thinner because we can only see them a little bit. I'm going to add very small shapes for the sections behind the stem that we can only see a small part of. Make sure you have added a horizon line behind your pumpkin to show the surface it is sitting on. Once you're done with your drawing, clean up your shape by erasing any extra pencil lines or lines that got too dark. Next, we are going to use colored pencils to outline and add color so you don't want your regular pencil lines to be too dark. The next step is outlining your drawing with colored pencil. Because my pumpkin is mostly white, I'm going to begin by outlining with a white colored pencil. When you're outlining, remember to press hard with your colored pencils to get a bold outline of color. You're going to see some of your pencil lines through the colored pencil, and that's okay. I also went ahead and outlined the stem shape with a light brown. For this pumpkin, it is mostly white with yellow on the top and bottom, so I'm going to begin by coloring my pumpkin with white and layer yellow on top afterwards. When you're coloring, try to add the most value or the most color on the top and bottom of each section and on the sides of the section like I am here. You should color one section at a time and look at where the light would hit the pumpkin, which is probably somewhere in the middle of the section. You can fill in the middle of the section with a lighter value after. Remember that value means the amount of lightness or darkness in a color. You can create different values from a colored pencil by the amount of pressure you apply to the pencil when coloring. If you feel like you added too much value to a certain area, you can erase some of the colored pencil a bit. I finished coloring with white in this section. I'm going to add yellow on the top and bottom by layering my colors. I'm pressing down very lightly with the yellow at first. Remember, you can always add more color easily, but it is a little harder to take it away. Now I'm moving on to color the section next to it in the same way. More value at the top, bottom, and sides, and blending a medium and light value into the middle. I'm going to go ahead and continue adding color and different values to my pumpkin. Now that my pumpkin is done, I'm going to color the stem. I'm going to shade it so that the left side has more value to show a shadow. I'm adding a little bit of white to the right side to show a highlight on that side. I'm going to color the surface the pumpkin is sitting on with a contrasting color. I chose this dark blue to contrast the light yellow tones in my pumpkin. I'm going to shade darker at the top of the line and gradually shade lighter towards the edge of my paper. I'm going to add a little more value under the pumpkin to add emphasis and shadow to its shape. Alright, so it looks like I'm all done with my pumpkin observational drawing. I can't wait to see how yours turns out.